it's all in play. Glory's call in the all-star fray. 12 dreams clash, it's the league showcase. Glory's chase, feel the ground shake. You stand tall, never fear the climb. All for one, and it's game time. In the stands, hear the roaring crowds. Wearing colors, we're standing proud. 12 teams fight under the spotlight's rays. Glory's night in the all-star blaze. Sweat and toil on this hallowed turf, one will rise.
Good evening, All Stars. How are we doing? And welcome to the quarter-final decider, initially between Alcatraz and Domingos, who are tied at 1 win apiece, as the little W shows us. And then a day later, so hopefully no horror injuries in training tonight for either of these two submitted sides. We have the Drivetrain against the Vikings, and I've just really noticed that the Eastern Conference is massively kind of represented in potentially the final, or the final four rather, with a few of them vying out for it. So we will start with Alcatraz. Good evening to Mega Horse. Good evening to Savage. Good evening to Tato. Good evening to Jens. If everybody could just let me know you can hear me all right, particularly with there being so much on the line, that would be grand. So we will start tonight with the 24th of September, which does see Hopkins' Alcatraz against Tato's Bisons. Bisons, by and large, the best team of the bunch by 6 points in the Vikings, and then an absolute daylight on the rest. This is how they go tonight. They are having to make a few changes. Ashley Lai dropping out and Dye returning, which is a positive. But then Damiano Tomazzi does drop out for Mark Vivian Foye on the left of that 3 DMC block. Giggs and Beckham looking to do the damage, as it's a very, very familiar tactic file now. And Rossini, who has been brilliant this season, looks to get his team over the line and into the final. If someone could just let me know you can hear me all right, boys, just before I click through. Yeah, and Tato just spotted he's the best team in the league, but he's having to play 2 of these 3 legs away from home. Over at the Alcatraz boys, who do make, probably for Hopkins, a number of changes. We have Davids is risk on 90%. Maldini comes back in for Lucio, who was poor last game, and John Luigi Zambrotta comes in for Emerton, as well as Brozek coming into AMC for Davy Collins. So a few changes for Hopkins. Just so everyone's aware, if it is a draw at full time, we go to a 35-yard shootout, which I think, generally speaking, the strike rate of that has been pretty poor in some of the testers that people have done. And best of luck to both managers. They both had brilliant seasons, and we will be down to a final 3 in about 10 minutes' time, and off we go. As Alcatraz, who did put Bisons to the sword in that first game, do look to do the same again. Nedved with a half a chance there to put his team 1-0 up. Yellow card there for Nedved, I think. Not a good 60 seconds for him. Domingo's putting a little bit of pressure onto Alcatraz now. Skying over the bar there is Robin with a great chance, and Robin put his team 1-0 up on 38 minutes as the Bisons look to take control. It is the 35 yards 1v1 Pens Jens, absolutely, as we get to half time, and the Bisons have 1 foot in the door of the final 4, and of course they will play the Dandies if they manage to get there. San and Dye on a 10, that's what you get from them. 10 tackles, 1 of 16, of which 8 are key. I really don't see Tato making any changes there at the half time mark. over to Alcatraz, who were solid, but just did not really kind of click anything in the final third. No instructions for half time from Hopkins, so we won't make any change, and Tato goes as is as we roll to 60. Can Alcatraz get back in this? They just need. Oh, Nedved with another chance there. His name's been involved. I'll have a lot of Zambrotas guys out over the bar. 60 minutes played. Giggs puts it wide, and obstructions for Hopkins were, if I am losing at 60, go for it. So it's Ebisan coming on, Brozek in the MC, and is that all the way? Yeah, halfway for Zambrotta and Kendaya from Hop. We'll go over to the Bisons. Really, really solid. Mourinho on a 6 and Foy on a 6, but they're still doing their job there in that system for the Bisons that has been so competitive and so good for so long now. And we'll see what Tato wants to do. Haven't had a look at condition, even though he believes it's a myth. The winner of this will play the Dandies, and that'll be on Wednesday night. And again, the semi-finals do take the same format as the quarters, which is a best of 3. So if a team can get 2 wins, they're through. If you end up a team on a win each, then it will go to the final one. Mark Vivian Foy comes off for Petit, and he rolls to 60. We'll not slow it down just yet, but if there is a goal from Alcatraz, we may well do. Oh, Ebby Sand involved straight away there. 73 minutes played. Beckham being involved now. 85 minutes played. Can Alcatraz summon something? Davids, Nedved. Keeper's been good tonight for them. Campbell, Ndiaye, Campbell, Bishkan. Can Alcatraz offer anything? Doesn't look as though they're going to. That is the final whistle, and the Bisons are through to the semi-final after a resolute performance from the Alcatraz, and it is Asana Ndiaye who does get the man of the match performance. And that is the Bisons into the final 4. Hopkins will go again next season, and the Bisons are one of 3 teams into the semis. So we do fast forward a game week. All right, there we go. Let's keep going. Let's get to the 25th. Zanetti, build up praise. Nice little boost for him. And we do get to the 25th, which sees the Detroit Drivetrain at home to the Vikings. And Drivetrain missing 2 really big players, although I've just seen that Savage is cashed in on Boya to a local fire. So Boya and Owen, I believe, going for Gerard and I don't know the other one. But Boya will be on his way out the door. Nesta's the big miss tonight for the Drivetrain, who do make a couple of changes. Scholes back into that MC position alongside Scally Edmundo giving the FR, and the rest looking as you'd expect. Bar Cunningham coming in for Nesta. Over at the Vikings, boys, they're lucky to have Desai back tonight. Jonsson isn't available. Is he available? He is available. Sorry, he's on the bench. And what is a really strong, really strong 11 from front to back. Best of luck to both managers. We will have the final 4 in about 10 minutes' time as the Drivetrain get us underway with a lot of attacking from Del Vecchio, who scoops it over the board just as I speak there. Vikings struggling to get a foothold in the game in the first 13 minutes of the game. Yellow card for Cannavaro, who made his return tonight. Might just be struggling a bit tonight there. There's another yellow card for Vikings. They're really putting themselves about here. And there is Madavakia, who takes advantage for the home side. And there is Stam. Cannavaro went into the book, Stan went under the book, and then Stan went into the book again. And the Vikings now have it all to do with 10 men. Savage, if you can just have on standby whether you want to do anything or nothing. I'm guessing nothing because you're 1-0 up, but if you could just let me know, that would be absolutely great. And we'll see what Jens wants to do as his final 4 hopes are hanging by a bit of a thread, you'd probably say, with 24 minutes gone and a man down against the side that have been in really good form for a good amount of time now. Desai back. Yeah. Brilliant, Jens. Thank you very much, mate. If you just give us the nod with it being a playoff game, and a decider. If you can just give us a nod, like you're happy with that, my man, that'd be fantastic. Don't want to make any errors when the stakes are this high. Nothing from Savage in terms of the red card, so we can roll on till half time. Lovely, fantastic, Jens. Appreciate that, mate. As we'll see, you'd probably expect, given how good the drivetrain are at the back, that another goal would probably kill it, especially with the 10 men. And there is Edmundo. What a shout that is from Savage tonight. And another booking for Vikings. Of course, Peckhoff now into the book. The discipline of Vikings has all went to shit, and now it's a rout as Thierry Henry puts his side 3-0 up. And the Vikings, haven't been so good for so long in what is a long and grueling, league season, have not managed to lay a single finger on the drivetrain, and that is about as comprehensive as you can get. If I remember rightly, Vikings absolutely smashed drivetrain earlier in the season, and Savage couldn't lay a glove on him. He's kind of turned the tables now. Van Nistelrooy on a 5, Cannavaro on a 5, 6s for Mackay and Petkov and Dede, just really big players not turning up at all. And we said it felt like a flurry of yellow cards. And stay there with a shout that it's probably the best first half performance he's ever seen in competitive champ. I would tend to agree. That it would be absolutely up there in terms of the first 45. Is Jens going to throw in the towel? Is it just that'll be what it'll be? But this tactic file for Savage has really held its own in a league of more or less convention. As we await the final half time of one of these two teams' seasons, likely to be the Vikings, unless they can do anything to pull this back. And we're yet to see a 35-yard penalty shootout, which is disappointing. As Jens I'm saying it's front. If you can just confirm there that that's what you're after. And Savage, if you can just let me know what you want to do there, bud, that'd be great. I'll just come back to you, Jens, if you can let me know that that's good. Okay, till 60. And we'll just wait for the... yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much, Jens. Thank you very much, Savage. As we get to 60 minutes, the drivetrain going to have a morale boosting hammer in here going into the semi-final against the Steam Pigs on Wednesday night. 59 minutes played. Edmundo with another chance. We do pause on 60 over at the drivetrain. Not a booking and not a player below 6. It's exactly what you want to see. Conditions wise, nothing to concern yourself with. Edmundo and Madavikia on the 85%. Over at the Vikings, who are really now looking for a miracle. Conditions wise, 83% on Zanetti, but you're probably going to see some direct passing here, I think, and potentially some arrows going all over the shop. Just Tristan has surely got to come on. Tristan Van Nistelrooy. Oh, Van Nistelrooy's had a stinker, honey. And he's been pretty good for Jens. Yeah, Cuenca still on an 8. It's been 3-0, but there was 13 shots at half time, so could have been a lot worse. The Johnson for Desai. Tristan for Van Nistelrooy. Swap Zidane and Veron. Move pass into direct. There we go. Okay. And I don't think Jens was going to be a man that was going to do much in the summer window, but I wonder if this will change his thinking. I haven't seen Savage give me a nod. There we go. Henry for Whitley. Whitley at striker, only in the Super League, and done. And we will get to the final throws of this quarter final, the last quarter final, in fact. And we're about 20 minutes away from having Drivetrain as the fourth team of 4. 82 minutes played. This is just going to peter out. Drivetrain have done the damage. Uphill task for Vikings with 10 men. And the Drivetrain do get into the final four with probably one of the most comprehensive playoff wins that we've seen, really. But Jens, to be fair to him, was absolutely up against it with a Jaap Stam being such a massive part of that team, that back pairing who've been so good for so long. And unfortunately for Jens, his run ends tonight, having been the second best team in the league for a long time. Unlucky Jens, mate. The playoffs are a cruel bastard. And Maravik here with a man of match performance. He's been a bit of a revelation for Savage, for someone who really doesn't have that higher regard in competitive champ. As we get on to this, which gives us the semi-final. As we get to Wednesday night, I'm going to do packs straight away. I will dump Bisons and Steam Pigs out of the crap mad cup that they're playing in, because otherwise the congestion just gets ridiculous. And then we'll see where we go from there. But I will do the pack straight away, boys. Congratulations to the 4 semi-finalists. Unlucky to the rest, and we'll see you Wednesday night with Dan in the hot seat for your semi-finals. Hope the All-Stars.